This is livingpianos.com. I'm Robert Estrin. Today is why you must know your primary chords. What are primary chords? Well, we're going to break it down for you today, and I'm going to show you something called diatonic chords first, because that's how you can discover what your primary chords are. So, diatonic chords, simply put, are building chords on every note of the scale. So, chords, simply put, are triads, three notes arranged in thirds. We're going to start with the simplest type of chords, which contain three notes arranged in thirds. What are thirds? It's every other note of a scale, very simply put. So if you're in C major, a C major scale, play every other note. And you've got a C major chord. If you go up the scale, you play all your diatonic chords. This is your 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, back to your 1 chord. Now this is essential to understand, and it can help you immensely in digesting a score if you're reading it or learning it or just hearing music. So I'm going to show you now what are referred to as primary chords. And it's going to click. If you're kind of vaguely aware of this, now it's going to be an aha moment for you. So let's go through. We start with the 1 chord. And you notice that you have 4 half steps on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's called a major third. As we discussed before, now on the top, you count 1, 2, 3. That's a minor third. When you have a major third in the bottom and a minor third in the top, indeed, that is a major triad. I'm making a big deal out of this because this is really fundamental to music. I'm sure you follow me so far. We're going to go up and discover where the major triads occur in diatonic chords. So far we've established the 1 chord indeed is major. That is the first primary chord. Where is the next one? Well, if you go to the 2 chord, now you got 1, 2, 3. That's a minor third. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a major third. So that's a minor triad. So the 2 chord is not a primary chord. It's a secondary chord because it's not major. Going on, what about the 3 chord? I bet you can figure this out now that I showed you this secret. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That, of course, is a minor triad again. 3 chord is a secondary triad. What about the 4 chord? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Aha! We've got a major triad again. So, we've got the 1 chord and the 4 chord are both major chords. They're major triads, therefore they're primary chords. Are there any other primary chords? We're going to go to the next one, which is the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Another major chord. So to recap, we've got the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord are your primary chords. 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. Let's see if there are any others. The 6 chord, 1, 2, 3, minor third, 1, 2, 3, 4, major third. It's a minor triad, another secondary chord. And we've got 1 more left. Are there any other primary chords? The 7 chord, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is going on here? That's not a major triad. That's not a minor triad. 2 minor thirds is a diminished triad. It's the only place where a diminished triad occurs in a diatonic chord. To recap, you've got your major triads, which are your primary chords, the 1, 4, and 5. You've got your secondary chords, which are 2, 3, 6, all minor, and your leading tone, the 7 chord, which is diminished. Those are your secondary chords. Why is this so important? Because those basic 1, 4, and 5 are so intrinsic to Western harmony, and it is a way that you can establish the key. For example, in 1. This is a voiced of a 1 chord, C, E, G, doubling the C on the top, and a 4 chord. You can see the 4 chord on top, doubling the bass, the root on the bass. 1, 6, 4. That's C, E, G, with a G on the bottom, the 6/4 inversion, and a 5, 7. Leave out the 5th, put the B up there. And that's, by the way, a great way. It's a classic authentic cadence. Great way to establish the key. Going through all your keys this way is a great way to just have comfort in all the major and minor keys. That's a terrific way to have literally your primary chords at your fingertips. Makes reading music easier, understanding the harmonic underpinnings of your music, and learning music easier. And so those are what your primary chords are. You should know them in all keys. It will really help you to have a real grasp of the harmonic underpinnings of your music. And from there, you can expand to your secondary chords and secondary dominants and all sorts of interesting chords, but cement in your primary chords. I hope this is valuable for you. Let me know in the comments here at livingpianos.com, your online piano resource, where we have thousands of articles and videos with comments from people like yourself who love the piano, I'm assuming. Anyway, join me next time here at livingpianos.com and YouTube. We'll see you next time.